do. We even got everything set up.
What do you mean?
We're missing buttons and more buttons. No. All right, welcome to the Mark and Joe Show. We don't need your input either. We're going to be doing it on. Come on, take it over quick.
All right, welcome to the Mark and Joe Show. We're going to be doing a cryptozoology show today, kind of looking at the different species of animals that may or may not still exist, or may or may not have ever existed.
I'll tell people, for those that are illiterate and don't know what that means.
Well, they can read it up
I
there.
don't know.
Cryptozoology basically is the study of animals. What does that say? Cryptozoology comes from the Greek root word cryptos, which means hidden.
So hidden zoology.
Pretty much creatures that may or may not exist, like I said.
Well, gotta get it right.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? Talk about which one first?
Oh, whichever one you want.
These are the top 10.
The one I was thinking about, or talking about, or looking at, is this one here that we found on YouTube.
Oh, I already did. That's a hybrid.
I know, but I'm saying this one's
right.
on Yahoo.
Well, you didn't let me
It's
have
on
keep
Yahoo's
that one
front
up.
page.
I
I told you to keep it up.
You
Go
know,
ahead. All right, this one's on Yahoo's front page.
just wait. I'll get to it.
And
Anyway, it's a
story that was posted, I guess,
10 years ago.
10 years
well,
ago,
1992, yeah, something like that. 1992.
20 years ago or whatever. Anyway, it's about a mysterious wolf-like animal shot in Montana.
The comments are funny on that one.
Yeah, they are kind of funny on that one, but the whole thing is, all right, it resurfaced again because
It's viral. It went viral, and
Somebody
somehow
posted it and it went viral.
It went viral again. And
Joe and I are looking at it. There's pictures of it and everything. I think it's a wolf hybrid, like he's thinking too, because it's got more of a dog's mouth and it's got more of a dog's snout.
Well, they also said that its ears and its teeth and its paws,
There are parts of it
were too small or too. They weren't proportionate right to be a full hybrid, full-bred wolf.
Right. So a feline or a female.
We've got bad internet. Sorry.
Yeah, for some reason today the
It's
fucking
the heat.
internet sucks.
It's the heat
I don't know if you can
outside.
blame it on the heat.
Oh yeah, you can blame this on the heat. What do you
well-
think happens with charter? They can't take the heat.
Well, it's not
They
just
fucking
charter.
crash.
So U.S. Cellular too.
Anyway. I'm finding that one again. Yeah.
Wow.
Or I just haven't gone down far enough, but it keeps.
I know it keeps freezing and doing that.
Well, it's loading. Till they get to the end and I'm not finding it.
Yeah, I'm not into talking about Cheetos, so you don't need to go to that one.
Well, I'm not going to that one. I'm trying to get to the end. It's loading still.
Anyway,
But anyway,
it's a female that was shot on the canine family.
that was Montana, right?
Yeah, Montana.
I'm just going to look it up. It was a Montana farmer.
All right. Just look at the mystery wolf-like creature shot in Montana.
This fucking. There it is.
There you go.
Right, they have no idea what it is, but
They
obviously-
supposedly sent DNA to have it tested.
This one's not even showing the picture.
I know.
Or it's taking forever.
It's probably a
There
little
it
better.
is. Oh, here, this is different pictures than what we've been seeing.
Yeah, that is different.
Some say it's El Chupacabra. But from what I know and watching, or not watching, listening to the Art Bell show,
Yeah. which I like Art Bell.
Chupacabra is supposed to be hairless, right?
And actually, it's George Norrie now. Art Bell hasn't been.
Well, I think he retired.
Yeah.
But it's like I said here.
That's a wolf dog hybrid.
Well, the Federal Wildlife Protection added that experts first doubled it was a wolf because its teeth were too short. Doubted it was a wolf because its teeth were too short and its claws were too large. But it is a member of the canine family, which leads me to believe that because of its look, and here it's better than that picture that we were seeing earlier that's up here in the corner. This is the one we were looking at the most, up in the corner here.
That's the one I originally found.
Right, but this one down here, you can kind of see the top of its nose more. And
it's more flattened out too. It's not as snouted out.
And you can see the tail better here. This tells me that it's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
But it wasn't.
A dog got it on with a wolf, or a wolf got it on with a dog. One of the two.
I'm telling you, it's probably not a husky hybrid, but it's probably, I'm thinking German Shepherd because of the nose.
Yeah, that's
and the
very,
ears.
very good possibility.
I'm thinking it's a German Shepherd wolf hybrid. That's my guess. But who knows? Somebody maybe can find the answer to that one because it was posted originally on Huffington Post Huffington Post, like in 1992. But it's been recirculating because this is an independent place, and they posted it yesterday, basically. May 26, 2018.
But that stuff like that kind of makes you think,
But it's definitely not a chupacabra, because that doesn't fit. That doesn't fit the Art Bell.
Another one in the cryptozoology portion of it is the Tasmanian tiger.
Let me get back to that one. That's this one right here.
Yep, it's that one right there.
That's a cool looking animal, though. I saw a show where they went.
Allegedly extinct.
I don't know about that. They actually went looking for that because there's been a lot of sightings in Australia where it originated.
Anyway, the thing is with that, it allegedly went extinct in the 30s.
No, yeah, 1932 and 1936. The last one died in Tasmania's Hobart Zoo in 1936. The last one spotted in the wild
was 1932.
On record was 1932, but since then there's been a lot of sightings.
In the last couple of years,
but nothing proven.
Through my screwing around with YouTube and looking at different stuff there, I actually ran across videos that are newer videos by trail cams that have one of those tigers.
Look how vast of a wildlife span that Australia has to offer for wildlife,
Yeah, but that's
find
Tasmania.
If there's only a few left, if it's like maybe not extinct.
That's Tasmania. That's not Australia. Tasmania is a small island.
But it also lived in Australia. See, it also lived in Australia. That's what it's saying here. So to say that it's not still there,
they call it Tasmanian tiger or wolf.
Right.
But it doesn't have it as part of the. It doesn't have it listed as part of the canine family. It's a
marsupial.
Thylacine. No, thylacine.
They got it as a marsupial here.
They got it there as a marsupial?
Yeah. That lived in Australia. I mean, I trust this because it's from a museum.
Well, and then the
Tasmanian Museum.
Then the Tasmanian devil, which is a small.
Yeah, but that one's not.
Rodent.
That's a cryptozoology animal, though.
But that's also a
no, this is a weird looking thing.
He's a little bastard too, though. That Tasmanian devil.
Now look at that. That's a weird looking animal.
What does it say it is?
Well, it's got the head of a giraffe, and no, the stripes of a zebra. It's like what you get if you cross a zebra and a giraffe.
Yeah, which probably
That's what it says.
What is it?
If giraffes
Oh, it's an
and
octopi.
zebras could mate, their offspring would look like an octopi. This strange-looking creature has striped legs like a zebra, with the face of a giraffe. Its neck is much shorter than a giraffe, but like its cousin, it has an extraordinary long tongue, which can reach lengths of up to 12 inches. The octopi can use its tongue to wash its own eyelids and ears. Prior to 1901, Okapi, whatever, were known only to the people living in the Congo rainforest.
Congo rainforest. Now, see, that's
Another place it's hard to keep exploring, and yeah,
well, that's
who knows
the thing,
if they're still there.
There's a lot of different species that are starting to pop out too, though.
That's one of the most famous.
The more and more cutting we do that man does in the rainforest.
It's not just the rainforest, and it's the stuff.
The more and more creatures that are being discovered and driven out.
Plus, with the Arctic area where parts of the ocean are thawing out and stuff like this, stuff is all of a sudden they're going to warmer waters, or they're moving and they're washing up on shores, and dead carcasses of stuff that may have been preserved.
That could be where some of those
dead carcasses, like that giant, huge fucking squid thing that washed up on Japan, but then that could have been something from that fucking.
The Architeuthis is what you're talking about there.
But that could have been something from that fucking nuclear. What was that? The nuclear plant fallout that they had back in the 80s or something could have caused something to happen there to those things to wash up and die.
Fukushima, which just happened.
Yeah, within the last 10, 20 years.
Yeah, 10 years or so.
Yeah, you can't even go. You still.
We were playing Final Fantasy.
It's still dangerous to go to that town. Yeah, because Final Fantasy was out for a while because of that. Because
their servers were exclusively Japan, and when the tower got killed over there,
nobody could play Final Fantasy.
Also caused people alerted.
But there's one of the most famous in the cryptozoology.
Yeah, plesiosaur.
Or AKA what they're calling this one, the Loch Ness Monster.
But that's a plesiosaur.
Yeah, but they're calling it Nessie.
Yeah, well, I don't know about Nessie.
Well, they're still saying it's a plesiosaur, just like you said.
No, I know. But I am not certain, though, that the alleged Loch Ness Monster is a kind of plesiosaur.
What's to say?
It could be a sturgeon.
Who's to say?
And did you know sturgeons are also ancient?
Yeah, and they get huge. They're fucking dinosaurs of the rivers or lakes or whatever.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
They've been. I watched that.
They're old.
I watched River Monsters, and that guy has gone fishing for sturgeon before, and oh my god,
I want to go fishing.
He had one that was. It took two people to hold that sucker up.
Yep, I know.
Easy,
and it looked like that was a small one.
And it looked like it was bigger than him.
That was a small one.
You know.
River sturgeon and lake sturgeon.
I don't know. He was looking. Oh, I said it was River Monsters. It was that guy Jeremy Wade or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I think it is Jeremy. I know his first name is Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy Wade. I think his name. W-A-D-E.
I'd love to go fishing with him, man.
Man, that guy has some of the stuff he's fished up. One day he was fishing and it was nothing but he was looking for something and he was getting nothing but piranha after piranha after piranha, and I never knew there were so many different species of piranha. Oh my god.
He was awesome.
Back to this. What's to say the Loch Ness Monster isn't a plesiosaur that may have evolved over time and just stayed undiscovered in the deepest, darkest depths of some of these lakes and oceans?
Yeah. The loch is landlocked. There is no entrance or exit that I recall seeing.
But what if there's underwater caves
to the oceanic areas?
But there could be underground riverways. It's possible.
I'm not saying it's not possible, man.
I watch Josh Gates and stuff too, and I've seen some of those places he goes and he gets so underground, and then it's all flooded with water in some of these places because these tunnels are built underground, and they go clear out and they come out someplace else.
I know this. I've seen some of his explorations.
It's unbelievable. What's this? This is the one where this thing started freezing on me.
That one,
But this motherfucker
Yes.
looks almost like something I saw outside.
That's a woodpecker.
it is a woodpecker.
Isn't it a
It's an
red-headed?
ivory-billed woodpecker.
But it's froze now. The site freezes at this one. Oh, see, it skipped it basically. It didn't give us the.
Hit the back button once. It just
It
hit
don't
it
let
again.
it won't hit that back button.
No, it's hit
I
this
did.
one.
I did. I just did once. It's
That,
taking forever.
that woodpecker was an ivory-billed woodpecker.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they're around here, but I know there's a woodpecker around here. And the motherfuckers are noisy. Yep, you're right. It's an ivory. By the mid-1990s. Ooh, that's pretty recent.
Yeah.
The ivory-billed woodpecker was widely believed to be extinct due to decades of deforestation and hunting by collectors. It was rediscovered in 2004 when a bird enthusiast kayaking through the waters in the woods of Arkansas reported seeing one alive. Researchers later obtained a video clip of the bird as well as audio recording of its call and the distinctive sound it makes when drilling into the wood.
Capitophilus
So,
principalis.
so what? Its bill was probably made out of ivory then, and they were hunting it for ivory.
Maybe.
That's like
Ivory?
hunting elephants for
Ivory
the
bill.
ivory tusks. Well, that's the way it sounds because hunting by collectors.
Oh, this one's funny.
So what's this one then?
That would be a cheetah of some sort.
Well, I'm looking at the top 10 cryptozoology,
Cryptozoological.
or whatever it is, and that's waiting to load. But it looks like a cat. Oh, this is a king cheetah.
Okay, cheetah. Well, I knew it would be a cheetah.
1926 people in Zimbabwe began spotting a cheetah with unusual markings instead of spots. This cheetah had large splotches like a leopard and black stripes down its back. People called the creature king cheetah. Some thought it may have been a leopard-cheetah hybrid, a new subspecies of cheetah. The mystery wasn't solved until 1981, 60 years later almost, when a king cheetah was born in the De Wilt Cheetah Center in South Africa. Analysts later revealed that the cheetah's markings were the result of a very rare genetic mutation. Again, it's like genetic mutation. That's like that's how things evolve. They mutate sometimes to adapt. And their stripes and markings are usually to camouflage them from predators. With a big cat like that, there can't be too many predators. You would think. I mean, they're fast, they're strong. Any guess what that is?
You?
I don't know. It kind of looks a lot like you right now, though. Except I think it's got just a tad bit more hair on its head.
It's got the gray beard that you got.
No, it's just a figment of your imagination.
That looks like a
Oh, it's
primitive man. Flora.
this is about. Oh, I remember these. I saw
These are those little people, aren't they?
Ubu called a Ubu Gogo, who abducted children and spoke in murmurs. Scientists began to take the myths more seriously when in 2003 the remains of a new humanoid species called Homeophorenthesis, or whatever, was discovered in caves on the island. Fossil dating suggests that may have lived alongside modern humans as recently as 12,000 years ago. This is off the Indonesian island of Flores. However, since the discovery, scientists have argued whether the specimen was human with an abnormally small head or represents a new species in the human family tree. Ninja had a brain approximately one-third the size of modern adult humans. Yeah, but there's all kinds of things. That falls into some of those Bigfoot theories too, you know.
That does fall into the Bigfoot theory.
Because I've watched one of those, it wasn't the BFRO guys, okay? It was the actual Monster Quest team.
Is that a seal cat?
They were actually on that island looking for them.
They found them. They found the remains.
This, I don't know.
I think it might be a seal cat.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yep.
In 1938, yeah, ancient fish thought to be extinct for millions of years and known only through fossils as in many cryptoids, the whatever you said it was only known to call the fish the name or Gumbasa.
Seal cat.
Yeah, but like I said, you know, fish like this, who's to say that some fish still doesn't exist somewhere? We cannot explore.
Dude, we've only explored, I think, 15%.
I bet it's a lot less than that.
No, I think it's been estimated at 15%.
Estimated. But we're not even sure how deep some of that goes.
And that's the thing. We can't go as deep as some of these creatures. We can't go to the bottom of Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
Or Mariana Trench, or
Right.
whatever the fuck that's called.
Right. They make such weird fucking names for some of this shit. But that's like who's to say? That's like on land here. There's a lot of places. I mean, come on. Look at some of those
on the
places.
land,
like
there
we
are
were
places
talking
that
about.
haven't been touched. I mean, the Congo itself hasn't been
Congo.
explored.
And then there's
Hasn't been extensively explored. You've got the rainforests of South America, which are disappearing because of the tree clearing that they're doing, but there's
plenty
still
of places for things to hide.
in there that they can't find, or that they don't know of. And there could be creatures of any kind in there.
Oh, here we go. One of our favorites, Bigfoot itself.
Big feet.
That's the famous California picture. I can tell just by looking at it.
Yes, it is. That one's the most, to me, that one's the most clear, and the one that has never been.
Yeah, and they keep saying that it's fake or it's a hoax.
It's not
but,
fake. Look at the time frame it was done in.
Well, that plus, you know, you obviously see, like, you know, and when it was moving and you got the videos, you actually saw the breast movements properly. You wouldn't see this stuff in a costume. In costumes back then.
You can see the muscle movement underneath the fucking thing.
And to make
the only way to do that in that era, the only way to make anything look that authentic, they would have literally had to glue the fucking hair to a naked woman and have her walk across the fucking.
Yeah, you'd still see something. You'd still be able to figure that out though if that was done.
I'm just saying, that's the only real way you can do it, especially with the muscle movements.
Yeah.
Literally seeing the muscle moving under the skin. And look at the arms. Look at the arms. The arms are long.
They came down long and the legs were straightened out.
Whatever that is, okay. If that's truly Bigfoot, and it was not walking, it was standing.
Those arms are longer than
those arms would literally come down probably to
almost
the knee.
To a knee. Yeah, if you stretch the fingers out.
And you know that figure's
could
got to be at least.
There's no way.
That figure's got to be at least.
I'd have to go like this to touch
or
my knee, and that thing doesn't look like it'd have to go like this to touch its knee if it stood up straight.
But there are some humans that are tall enough with long enough arms that.
Yeah, but who's to say that they got that particular person, or found that particular person out of all the big population? No, I don't think so.
No.
Not back then.
Also known as Sasquatch.
Well, we could call it all kinds of things. Sasquatch, Yeti, Abominable Snowman.
It's not white.
It goes by all kinds of names. It's still the same creature.
Abominable snowman, I thought was supposed to be
Yeah,
white.
but the abominable snowman, that one's more
But
seen in the
they're-
Himalayas.
they are
So it
still the
adapts.
same
So then,
creature.
you know, Mother Nature has to adapt. So it gets whiter fur to blend in and camouflage, you know, and still.
Now there's the Architeuthis.
That would be a scary one.
That's the Architeuthis, the giant squid.
No? You can grow up to 43 fucking feet
Bigger than that.
in length. Well, yeah, because most of the stuff, when it comes to this, don't they grow to, they're both
They adapt to their
limited
environment.
Their environment.
Yeah, they adapt to their environments.
This is the one that's been, inspired the stories about the Kraken.
Yeah, the Architeuthis is the one that inspired
Inspired the stories about the Kraken. They actually call
Kraken
the
your
giant
acid.
squid a Kraken.
Cracking your acid. It's Architeuthis.
The creature struggled for 4 hours. Oh, in September 2005,
Yes.
Japanese researchers bathed and filmed a live specimen in its natural ocean habitat. The creature struggled for 4 hours before finally breaking free, losing an 18-foot long arm in the process.
Yep.
Just the arm was 18 feet.
Yeah.
And that's broken off. That probably wasn't even the whole arm.
Yeah. That would be a gorilla, but it's not a silverback.
No, that's that giant,
Um,
probably. Or it could be the silverback.
Gigantopithecus, or gorilla. That's a western lowland gorilla.
Yeah.
That's what they're calling it.
Yeah,
That's an extinct gorilla species now.
unfortunately. So that's actually just a gorilla, a giant gorilla, basically, but not the one we were thinking of.
Gigantopithecus.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're at the
Guess
end
we're
of
at the end of our
slides.
at the end of our slides on that one.
Well, I'm also looking at this over here, where it's the Wikipedia of the cryptozoological animals. List of cryptids on Wikipedia. Oh, and the Yowie. Bigfoot can also be known
Yeah,
as
you know
the
it as
Yowie.
Yowie. Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, there's a jewel.
Yeah, this freaking internet issue's bad. What about Megalodon?
You know,
There's
you're talking about the ocean again. And if talking about the ocean, anything's possible.
there's a giant. There's a thing of the giant.
Gigantopithecus.
Yeah. That's like a statue or something
Yeah,
that
that's,
they made
but yeah.
to show you
That
the
would
size
be the giant
difference.
ape.
Right. But then here's one.
The jackalope.
I saw
That
something on
is not-
that recently.
That is not a real animal.
Actually, it was. It was. Wait. Now here.
So it was
No,
not.
listen. Here's the reason it came to be the way it is. Okay, the real, actual jackalope does not look like the one that you and I see every day on the pictures and the photographs and stuff. What it was a rabbit with a tumor. Okay, and it grew like antler type things on its head, but not anything that looked real distinctive. They were like bone type fragments that came out of the head. They didn't, and then later people obviously did the things and, you know,
like this. Those are teeth.
right. And it was like a birth defect, but it had horns coming out of the head, and they realized it was some kind of cancer. Okay, they actually have the real one in a museum somewhere. Stuffed. But the horns don't look anything like deer antlers and stuff like the normal jackalope that everybody else sees. But it does exist. It was just a rabbit with a defect. That's what started that whole genetic defect. That's what started the whole jackalope trend. I was watching that on the Mysteries of the Museum thing. You know,
Really?
That's what started the whole thing about the jackal.
Stop! You little shit. You gotta quit getting on our cords, Joy. We're having puppy issues.
Yeah, I hate when you just show images because you don't know where or what the...
Well, there's another thing too, you know, like getting back to your megalodon that you were talking about, because we started on that.
Right.
The megalodon, who is to say that it doesn't still exist in some form or fashion?
Well, it didn't go extinct when they thought it did, because they found actual fossilized tooth of a megalodon that dates back not as far as they thought it should date back to. You know what I'm saying? It only dates back to like 10,000 years, and they thought it was like 20, 30,000 years. You know, so here it is. It lived a lot longer than they thought it actually did, because of this one tooth that they found pretty recently at the bottom of some rock that they were, you know. But
That sounds great.
again, just like us being, like we said before, who's to say it's not living in that fucking trench?
No, well, okay. Here's one of the documentary crews that.
I mean, as big as it is, it should be able to stand the pressure.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah, they're documentary crews, and they were also researching and tracking the movements of great white sharks. And they were tagging them off the coast of Australia and tracking them using GPS signal across their patterns of movement. And one of these particular sharks, which was measured out at approximately 14 feet, I think it was.
Yeah, they had a name for it or something too.
Submarine or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, this particular shark, just off the coast of Africa, Cape Horn area.
I don't know what area, but yeah, just off the coast of somewhere it started deep diving.
It dove. And it dove fast. A lot faster than that shark should have done. And the temperature on the tag was radically changing.
Yeah, it was going up instead of down, wasn't it?
And the depth on the tag was radically changing, and they lost it at 6,000 or 7,000 feet. That's close. I think it was in the area of the Mariner Trench.
Didn't it eventually pop off and surface the
I think
tag?
so.
Because
Yeah.
it went too deep for it, and it just popped and
It
surfaced.
broke the tag and everything. But the thing is, that shark
Probably ended
should
up
have
food.
never-
Probably
it
ended up
ended
food
up as
for
food.
megalodon.
But the thing
That
is
was the
that
theory.
what I'm getting at is the fact that this thing was so big. Whatever took that shark was so
Massive.
fucking big that, you know, because that shark was measured out at about 14
And it was a great,
feet.
and it was a
It
great white. And great
Very
white,
aggressive shark.
Great whites are apex predators out there.
Really, Joy?
Camera issues. Blame it on Joy.
dog issues, and it's crooked. Get out of here, little butthead.
Boy.
Come here so I can beat you up.
Joy, you want to come up here and say hi?
There's thunder.
That's all right. Good. It'll cool us all off.
Why she's going nuts.
Oh, just because of a little
Just
rain?
because of a little thunder?
Are you going nuts because of a little rain? I think she's got PMS, putting up with Mark's shit.
They're talking about you.
PB&J.
Maybe she's in heat and she smells another dog out there.
Yep, there it is. I hear the thunder go. But
Been doing that for the last 20
But yeah, I mean, what happened was, the dog was, that dog. We gotta talk about dogs now again.
no, my
But
fault.
that shark, that great white, being an apex predator, there's not much out there that we know of. I mean, that we've seen, physically seen on TV that they filmed, like where the great whites have attacked, or not great whites, where the killer whales have attacked a great white shark. All right, but that was done in like a pack hunting type mode.
Pods of killer
right.
whales. will attack great white sharks.
Or dolphins, and dolphins have done it too, right?
Dolphins have too.
But in order to take a great white shark that huge and go that fast, diving deep, and that deep, it was no killer whale or dolphin doing it.
No, it couldn't have been.
Dolphins, when they attack, they don't have that sharp teeth.
Killer
that
whales,
grab a
killer
hold of it.
whales, and dolphins can't go that deep anyway.
No.
In fact, I don't think we know of any creature yet that we've actually discovered
That could take
or
down a
studied.
killer whale.
No, that can dive that deep that quick.
And also take a great white with it.
Yeah.
A pretty big great white at that.
That's what I said. This thing was measured out at approximately
because
14
since then,
feet.
that
That's a
particular
big
and
fucking
since then that particular
fish.
shark, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't been spotted again.
No, she hasn't. She's
Because
been
it had this,
disappeared.
because they had a name for it, and because it had distinctive markings on it as well, they were able to tell. You know, because they recorded the markings because they got like attack markings on them. You know, from whatever little fish trying to feed off of them, or they got into a battle with another shark or something. So they've got these different scars and stuff all over their bodies. We've seen pictures of sharks all the time.
There you go, Megalodon.
Right. But to think about that is a scary thought.
Why?
Megalodon still in existence? That's the reason I would never go out on a boat on the fucking ocean. I'd be afraid that'd be my fucking luck, and I'd be on that fucking yacht and be swallowed up by a fucking megalodon.
I don't know. Megalodons were known to be 60 to 65 feet and had a mouth big enough to swallow a boat. So, yeah, good, yeah.
There's a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, there is. You know, here's another thing too.
The liger. The liger was a hybrid.
The liger is a hybrid,
Yeah.
and it's in existence.
That's kind of a cool
liger.
looking. Yeah, but it's
and
hard.
it's huge. That fucker's huge.
Yeah, but they don't have a very good lifespan sometimes.
No,
they have a lot of issues.
Their immune system sucks. But here's another thing for you, okay? Right here. In fact, I'm looking at it right now. A reptile dinosaur in the Republic of the Congo.
Another place that's extremely hard to. Yeah.
Wakimi Mbibi is a legendary water-dwelling creature of Congo River Basin folklore, sometimes described as a living creature, sometimes as a spirit. But every time it's talked about and described, it looks like a brontosaurus.
I was just gonna say, it looks like a brontosaurus. Looks like it because it's a little sketchy. Looks like it's on land.
Oh, by the way, they're not brontosauruses anymore.
That ugly thing there. What the hell is that?
Millipede, man.
Those scare the hell out of me.
Or
too.
the Mongolian deathworm. What it's called. I remember Josh Gates and his crew went and did that too, looking for the Mongolian deathworm.
I haven't seen that one.
It was his Destination Truth.
I love his
It's on
shows.
Sci-Fi?
I like all of his shows. He's got like Destination Truth, legendary locations, and unexplored or unexplained or something. I know he's got a couple of different shows and they're great. Josh Gates is one of my favorite people to watch.
There's another one that this one inspired the movie actually.
Let's check this out. This was posted a couple of years ago. It's old, but
Mason
I'm a
County,
big-
West Virginia.
This was in Michigan, which is pretty close to us.
Mothman prophecies. Remember that?
I don't remember the movie, but I remember watching Monster Quest when it used to be on TV quite a bit, and they were talking about Mothman. Right.
Yep.
But this one, I remember watching because they had a live eagle nest.
Oh, that one about the Bigfoot picking up the baby eagle and putting it back? There's a live camera in the eagle's nest.
I gotta see this. I don't think I've seen this one. So we're looking at an eagle's nest. And it looks like a little...
Bring it up in a large screen. And bring it back across.
You want me to start it over?
Yeah. It's back in a large screen.
Alright, so what we're looking at is an eagle cam, a live eagle cam in Michigan.
Yeah. Over in this area here, you're going to see it right there.
Right there. But you also see that there's a couple of eaglets, or little baby eagles in the nest still.
And they're going nuts with this thing down there. And it's clearly not a bear, it's on its hind legs, and it's walking like a human.
Yeah, because the arms are moving kind of like swinging as it walks, and it almost looked like it got off balance. It did get off balance there. Looked like it tripped a little bit. Yeah, that's no bear.
That's no moon, it's a space station. Yeah, the little guys are going crazy because they know it's down there.
Sense it. Well, supposedly the fucking thing smells. Like a really bad odor. You know? Fucking ads close like they're supposed to. But look at this. Capcom is offering $70,000 for Proof of Monsters. I love following this stuff, but holy cow. Here, why is this? Tell me why this is. This one I never understand. Now, do these things not exist? I always thought growing up that these things were a common thing, but apparently they're not. That's a Black Panther.
Yeah. No, do you know what a panther actually is? It's the same thing as a mountain lion. And they're normally not black like that.
So that's like the, oh, so the black is like the mutation of the skin color. That makes something the pigmentation that would make an animal albino. This does the opposite. So that's what a panther is. It's the opposite of that. And it's a cougar or something like that, or a mountain lion. That's what I thought.
Sounds like it.
But I guess it's been walking around the woods near Ashby in a British woodlands. I hate ads on these things. But that's cool as hell too, talking about cryptozoology, that some of it's just mutations like that.
Yeah, some of it is. It's just something to communicate.
It's an interesting topic. There's a lot of weird shit out there in the world. Trying to get our logo back onto my wallpaper. I know I have some fucked up scenes sometimes, but they do get funny. The cryptos, yeah, a lot of it is I think hybrids or creatures just learning to adapt to the way things are changing. And we're causing most of those changes.
Yes, we are. Man is
society.
causing a lot of the changes. I mean, look at the storms we're having now.
Oh, and the weather's all fucked up now.
The weather's fucked up.
When's the last time before this year that we've had snow in April?
Seasons are fucked up. I mean, here's one for you. My niece just the other day was in California.
By the way, the sound you hear, all that squeaking, we've got a bunch of baby birds in 2 nests right outside our windows and our windowsills.
Yeah, and you get it in stereo every now and then.
Yeah.
But anyway, my niece lives in California. And here just a couple of days ago, she posted on Facebook, California was under a winter weather advisory. And it's almost June.
And we're in the middle of fucking May.
And here we are out here in
Yeah, almost the end of
Wisconsin.
fucking May.
Almost the end of May.
And we're dying of a heat wave.
And it's freaking hot as hell out. I mean, what was the last 2 days it got in the 90s?
Yeah,
I think?
today it's like 94. Last I looked for the high, today was 94.
Yeah, I can look at my phone here and tell you.
And our normal weather around here during this time of year used to be only in the 70s. You know, it didn't get into the 80s and 90s until we hit June and July and almost
Currently,
August.
no, here. Currently, it's
phone says
93 degrees, and it's raining outside.
It's not 92 degrees outside anymore.
But still, it doesn't matter. It's
I know.
our weather's fucking things up. These
It's
creatures
nice,
have to adapt.
It's what?
It's nice though.
Yeah, because it's going to
Oh yeah, because the fucking tomorrow's gonna be a bitch with all the humidity.
I would have stayed out there longer, but I have a white tank top on.
I mean, think about it. Even the mosquitoes are getting worse as time goes
That
on.
one that exposed their white t-shirt. That's it.
No.
Oh, come on, let me see. Stand up. Oh,
And then you've got the
humada. I see nipples.
Thunderbird.
The Thunderbird.
That's
No,
actually a
that
Native
was
American-
another.
That's a Native American legend.
There was another thing on Monster Quest. I don't know if you ever saw it.
Oh, I used to
It was
watch
about
Monster
like
Quest
some
all the
kind of
time.
giant type bird that used to swoop down in different. I can't remember what state it was or whatever. So supposedly, and they believed it was some kind of thunderbird or something. And it swooped down and grabbed the child, grabbed small dogs. But now, grabbing small dogs, and I know a lot of people. This is hard to believe, but grabbing small dogs, eagles have been known to do it, and some owls have been known to do it. But now an eagle is very hard to mistake for anything else. Okay. Obviously, the bald eagles are the most obvious method of mistake, but they don't get as big as some of these. I mean, their wingspans don't get anywhere near as big as some of these creatures supposedly have had.
It's a Thunderbird.
And these aren't dinosaurs either, because they've got feathers. They're not like the
No.
Pterodactyl.
what's it called?
Pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl.
There is a picture that hasn't, I don't think it's confirmed in your book yet. It's
Supposedly pterodactyl.
it's supposedly a pterodactyl.
I think I saw that picture recently, like within the
That
last
was,
couple of months.
that was killed by Confederate soldiers.
Oh, okay. That's an old photo. We're talking an old photo. Anything's possible. There's plenty of places for things to hide in this world. Especially things that have been here longer than we have as people. Yeah. They probably didn't hatch. Or they laid more. Those birds those particular birds apparently
Lay more than once a year.
lay more eggs than once a year.
But the egg that's in there
I,
has been in there since the first time I saw the eggs in
well,
there.
then maybe it just didn't hatch. They don't all hatch either.
But there's no other.
Now this picture here is supposed, now this one here, that's what a chupacabra is supposed to look like, supposedly.
Yeah, well,
Hairless. Well, they don't say what it is. It doesn't say. It says Montauk monster.
This picture here.
But that's what it's supposed to look like, supposedly. So that dog we saw was not no chupacabra. Whoever kept making those comments, you guys got it wrong. Obviously, you don't know your fucking zoology or cryptozoology. There's the one bird. There's the alien bird that they keep. That's what they were talking about on Monster Quest. It looked like that.
Yeah. Well, this one here.
And this one's supposedly terrified in Australia.
The Civil War monster photograph. Oh, a gruesome kid, it says.
In
I
19...
don't recall when I first saw the monster photograph, perhaps as long ago as 1968. That long beak and head image made me uneasy. I saw nothing wrong with the 6 soldiers. Those wings reminded me of a canoe. I wonder if American Civil War soldiers had cut a canoe in half to make it big once.
I don't think.
The sensation never completely left.
Do you really think that back then Civil War soldiers were going to go to that extent, or that extent, just to create a fake photo?
I don't think so.
I guess anything's possible. I mean, a lot of
That's
people
your
do a
photo
lot of
right there.
hoax. I just don't. I don't see how. I don't see how that was possible.
See,
You know, here's what the. You know.
they even claim there's even legends of actual pterodactyls still flying around the Congo.
Now, see, stuff flying around the Congo and being around the Congo and stuff like that is easy to fucking believe. I mean, Josh Gates said it himself. There has been more discoveries in like the places like the Congo and the Amazon of stuff that was thought to go on long extinct, or stuff that something totally brand new that just got discovered. You know, because it's such a vast area that has not been explored thoroughly. Probably never will, not in our lifetime anyway. You know, it just doesn't add up. But this has always fascinated me for years. I mean, what's to say some of this stuff doesn't really exist? You
Well,
know?
that's the thing.
Bigfoot, or that one thing that I thought was up, that they didn't tell you it was a hoax until it was all over with. They aired it over TV for a couple of days. And they were doing the sonar. Yeah, they were bitching because the government was using sonar things
You're
that
talking
was
about
killing
the
off the
mermaids?
dolphins. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's to say that doesn't exist? I mean, their theory, the way they did that, their theory about that whole thing, and if you look at your hands, you got
Look at your
webs.
hands, we do have webs.
We do have webs.
There are webs in our hands between our fingers.
Yeah, there's a
And
web
same way
there.
with our feet too. We do have webs. There is a webbed skin between our feet and toes too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not too
And you know the funny
far-fetched.
thing is, there are some people that are born with a
Bigger, more
predominant web.
yeah, very
I've seen-
distinctive.
I have literally seen photographs of
It's
people's
not,
hands
it's not totally
the
that
web-
rare either,
where the web is out to the knuckles itself.
or close to it. No.
But yeah, that alone is what scientists can point to and say that we're descendant of some sort of species
Yeah,
that
this
may
is
have
supposed to be.
been a swimmer.
The Fuji, I think that's supposed to
No,
be.
that's the Fuji mermaid. That's supposed to be
That
that's
was a
actually
monkey's
monkey's
head,
It's
sewn
not,
in
that's actually the upper body of a monkey sewn onto the tail of a fish.
fish, right.
It's called the
Fuji monkey.
The
Fuji mermaid, yeah. And it was a Barnaby Valley, Ringling Brother Barnaby Valley's hoax type thing that made them a lot of fucking money.
Right, but the thing is, with what you're talking about, the alleged documentary by the Discovery Channel.
That documentary,
about the mermaids.
they actually said it was a hoax afterwards because they were doing this to document the government or some government place using sonar.
It's the Navy. The
And-
Navy uses sonar,
And the type of sonar they were using was killing off the dolphins.
not just dolphins. It was killing
Wow.
off pods of whales too.
Right, but so they made
It was causing whales and dolphins to beach themselves. So, yeah, they were trying to bring attention to that.
because whales and dolphins, they navigate by sonar. So when the government's using this other sonar, it's interrupting their navigation skills, and it's fucking them all up, so they're washing up on shore. And then they wash up too far on shore, get into too shallow waters, and they die
They're
because
also
they can't
using,
get back out.
The Navy was also using a concussive
Yeah.
water concussion device too to
Yeah.
cause sonar. And what that was doing was it was destroying the floats inside the fish. Basically, a fish or a sea-dwelling mammal has what is called floats, and they can fill them full of air when they want to surface and stay on surface without having to constantly be moving their tails and stuff. And then they dive down by releasing the air out of them. And what would happen is whenever the explosions would happen to create sonar effect is the concussion from that would actually rupture those floats inside the fish and kill the fish. They were actually killing off schools of fish doing that too. That's why if you ever see anybody dynamite fish or M80 fish or M100 fish, you take these M80 firecrackers and M100 firecrackers and you put
Throw them into the water. They light them until they were about ready to explode, and they just toss them in there.
You weight them down so they drop, and the fuse that's on is a cannon fuse, and it will burn in water. Once it's lit, it's lit, and they'll put an extra fuse, extra length on there, and they'll light it. And depending on the timing of it, is depending on how deep you go with it.
Yep.
And when it blows up in the
Fish will
thing,
The fish will come floating.
any fish
dead.
within a certain
range
range
floating dead
will
to
come
the
floating
surface
up to the surface.
because of that.
That's mean.
And then they
No,
just
it's
take,
fishing.
and then they take a
That's
net,
mean.
and then they just take a net and they scoop them all
Yep.
up.
That's the wrong way to fish. You gotta do it the hard way.
But that's the fastest way to get the most fish in the shortest amount of time.
And that's the way that the southerner redneck.
So, yeah, some of them do it that way, and then
There are rednecks that do that. They'll go
Doesn't
out
that
there.
then also poison the fish?
no, they don't poison. They just throw in the M80s.
It's a firecracker.
It's a huge firecracker, half sticks of dynamite or something
Yeah.
like that, and they'll throw them in there.
quarter stick dynamite.
Yeah. How about this guy?
Oh, you're thinking
Mastodon.
mammoth, woolly mammoth.
No, that's mastodon.
Same difference.
See that? Do you see what the scientists are doing? Did you see that guy Josh Gates episode where they were going hunting for woolly mammoth DNA?
They actually have woolly mammoth DNA.
Yeah, but not viable enough. They're trying to
yeah,
pull
it
a
actually
Jurassic.
is.
They're trying to pull
No.
a Jurassic Park.
No, Joe, it is.
In
And
that
they've
episode,
already-
though, they were talking about how they haven't got a full, complete strand yet.
They don't need a full,
I know they
complete
don't need one.
strand.
But
All they need
were
is
out
enough of
searching
it.
for one.
All they need is enough of it
Oh, they can complete it.
to combine with an elephant DNA now,
Oh yeah.
and it will actually be born looking like a mastodon and growing
To the
that size.
prehistoric dinosaur
So
size.
why are they trying to do a Jurassic Park?
Well,
Because
no,
they want to bring back the
I'm
mastodon.
saying that.
Why?
I'm saying that they're trying to pull a Jurassic
Well,
Park
no.
because that's how Jurassic Park was made.
Well, yeah.
They pulled
That
out
was the theory
dinosaur
behind-
DNA that was left in mosquitoes in amber.
That was the theory behind.
That was
Jurassic
that's the theory behind Jurassic Park. Now what
they
they're
would,
doing,
they would look for mosquitoes that were trapped in amber that had just recently fed
on a
on
dinosaur.
a dinosaur at the time that they landed in the amber and
Yeah,
got trapped.
that
So
that
they
was like
didn't
a
have-
far-fetched
So they
thing.
died and didn't have a chance to
But now what they're
digest the
Blood.
Right.
the blood, so therefore the blood would still
Still
be viable,
contain the DNA.
contain the full DNA. And how they did that is since it was a reptile, they mixed the DNA that they pulled from the mosquitoes and with frog DNA.
well,
Now, as it was said in the movie, and this is true scientific fact, there are species of frogs in the wild that if there are more than if you have a group of 50 frogs and there's 40 females and 10 males, the nature will take its course and turn some of the females into a male.
yeah, they can. Yeah,
They can change sex at will.
The reptiles and
And-
amphibians have have traits like that.
Some do.
Some of
Not
them do.
all of
No,
them.
not all of them, but some of them do. They
But
also,
the frog
that's also
DNA
like the one
in,
that
the movie,
has,
in the movie Jurassic Park, the frog DNA they used was from those frogs.
right, and then there's another one where, yeah, that's why.
So
they
that's
were able
why-
to,
that's
oh,
why
we bred them all. We
sex,
bred them all
female.
female, and then
That's why they
found a
ran
way.
across eggs. Is because
Raptor eggs.
So,
and
well,
that.
not just raptor eggs. I
But
mean,
that's
they
the
had
ones they found.
They were like,
Raptor eggs.
Brachiosaurus eggs. That was the other one I was trying to.
They were like
They're called Brachiosaur now, not Brontosaurus.
Well, whatever. But
they were dual gender.
right. But now what they were doing in this Josh Gates movie, they were
They weren't
in.
dual genders. Nature was taking over
Now here
and changing one from a male from a female.
They
to a
weren't.
male.
Now in the Josh Gates thing, when they were looking for this woolly mammoth DNA, what they were doing, they were out in Siberia. Okay, and there's this place in Siberia, and it's like they got to be careful because when they're climbing down, the whole cliff side can just collapse because it's all ice. It's all ice, and it's all. But they use this great big, huge, like fire hose type jet thing to try to thaw it out fast and stuff. And they're actually looking for woolly mammoth bones that have been preserved in this ice in Siberia. So when they find them, that's where they're finding the viable DNA
That's
that they're looking
because they
for.
can break open, they can cut into
Yeah, they
the
get
bone.
it
get
in the
the
bone
marrow.
They get it out of the marrow. Right.
See, what you're
And those
missing
motherfuckers, oh my God, they found one bone, and it was just a part of a bone from a leg from one of these things. You know how they got more than one bone in the leg? The motherfucker looked like it was bigger than Josh Gates himself.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Just that
Yeah.
one bone.
What you're missing on this still is this might have actually happened before they actually found it, but they found a full baby mammoth, frozen solid and preserved, and it's preserved skin, muscle tissue, everything.
Yeah, they were taking apart the skin in one of them, trying to get the DNA out of it because they taught Josh Gates how to do that.
They've got it, and there's enough there that they can
The heck is that?
reconstruct it.
It's a lizard. It's like probably an ancient Komodo dragon of some sort.
Could be.
Very dangerous.
Well, Komodo dragons are poisons.
Yeah, they're a living dinosaur. Most of these.
Yeah, so are alligators and crocodiles.
Yeah, they're living dinosaurs. They're probably the closest relatives of some of the living dinosaurs. Actual living dinosaurs.
Just gonna see what
That was like.
it's a giant beaver.
No, that was not a sloth. 'Cause they were talking about that too on one of those shows, heading down a giant sloth.
It doesn't tell you on it?
No, it's oh my God, it's from the rodent family. It's like the largest rodent, but that was a much bigger one.
Giant squirrel?
Almost looks like a beaver. The head.
I'm gonna have to look it up so I
The
can
head
find the
almost
name.
looks like a beaver about comes to a point.
I'll just look up Mark on the all the rats. They have them in zoos today. I mean, some of them still exist. Because you got the prairie dog that's a rodent. Right there.
Gamahara?
Yeah, that's what that is. It's a giant version of one of those. Supposedly existed a long time ago too. But you see how big that is compared to the human? That's a giant fucking rodent. And they actually existed at one time. I'd hate to run across that motherfucker. I'd hate to run across any of these motherfucking things. I'd like to run across Bigfoot, however. Okay, are we done? Or are we going to keep going? Are we going to do another subject? Or?
don't know.
We're getting too much dead air here, I think.
Well, the air is dead. It's not moving outside.
But it is weird. We've got some weird creatures, and it is sure fun to watch what we're discovering. And if you keep an open mind on things, anything's possible.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, even though who's to say? Let's get back to our favorite. Who's to say? One of my favorites. Who's to say Bigfoot doesn't really exist? I mean, obviously, it's got to be intelligent enough to keep from hiding. And like we've said before in the past, what's to say it doesn't have its own death rituals? You know, people say, well, we haven't found any bones or anything like this. Well, who's to say they don't bury their dead like we do? Or dispose of the dead somehow. Right? Possible. That's like saying we're the only life around in this universe. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fucking close-minded if you think about it.
Well, it is.
I mean, we've got all kinds of planets that are truly out there. If you believe what NASA says, there's a lot of planets.
You truly believe that we are the only intelligent species in this entire universe that we live in?
Stop watching us now. We don't want you watching.
Because, no.
No, you gotta
then that
open
means
your
that
mind.
we are true naive species.
Yeah.
And we're not that. If we're that naive, then we are not that intelligent.
We're heading for a disaster in a hurry.
And we already are.
President Trump doesn't have to be at the helm for that one.
No.
I mean, he is at the helm for the way he is right now. But I'm just saying.
He's driving this Titanic.
If we keep thinking that way,
fucking iceberg.
if we keep thinking that way, when the true war of the worlds does come, we're gonna be fucking shocked as hell. You know, me, I
oh, by the way,
my theory is they ain't attacking us because we're not a threat.
Watch for an October surprise.
An October surprise.
Yep, this is midterm elections this year, so they always do those damn October surprises. They either drag out something from the past on the people that they were running and try to discredit a few of them, or they pull some other bullshit. And this time around, I hear stories on YouTube that they're planning a fake invasion, and not military invasion, fake alien invasion.
Well, think about it. That goes back to, like we said before, when World of the Wars was first broadcast.
War of the Wars?
Or War of the Worlds, I'm sorry. Blame it on pot. This whole world's going to pot. Anyway, when they broadcast that War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells, or whatever his name was.
H.G. Wells, you got it right.
It was a radio broadcast.
Yes, it was.
It was never a TV thing.
And
when it first came out, it was a radio broadcast. And what happened, because there was no warning about this radio broadcast and what was going on, and it was all set up like a news show. It created panic.
No, in the very beginning of it, they actually said it was not.
Yeah, but not everybody heard that because they didn't tune in in time.
There was another broadcast that they were listening to because of a baseball game running late.
But still,
and so
just
when
because
they tuned in,
they only said it that one time.
When they tuned into that,
they thought it was real.
It was already at that point where you had the guy saying he's a reporter at Potter's Field, and this meteor has landed, and they're there, and you hear hear him. He's talking about how the meteor portion of the meteor starting to move, and you can hear the squeaking and the turning of it, and then these creatures are popping out.
And then you got all the sound effects going on.
And then all the sound effects with the
they did a
ray guns. They did really good with it. And they scared the hell out of a nation. And it happened during Halloween.
It became a classic super fast.
It happened during Halloween.
Yeah, but it became a classic super fast after that.
And it was in H.G. Wells'
But that guy was a fucking genius.
Yes, he was.
You know. But I mean, who's to say that can't happen? You know. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Like I said,
I think Bigfoot exists. I still think that Megalodon exists out there somewhere. You know? And God only knows what else probably exists.
Yeah.
I'd like to go find some of these things myself. And it's like, you don't believe in ghosts and spirits either. That's, you know, that's kind of closed mind thinking too, because everybody's got a soul. Your soul's got to go somewhere when you die, you know. And what's to say if you haven't got unfinished business and there's too much of these hauntings and too many of these, you know, going into a cemetery and feeling the cold and then, you know, seeing a spirit or hearing something that just doesn't fit in or you know, too much unexplained shit out there.
There's just way too much out there.
And you can't have a closed mind if you want to kind of research it.
You can't have a closed mind to have an open dialogue.
I mean, a lot of that stuff is just too good to
Anytime you sit down to talk about subjects, you gotta open your mind up to the possibilities. And the possibilities are unlimited.
They're endless.
So, for us to truly believe, again, I say this, for us to truly believe that we are alone in this universe, that we are the only intelligent species on a very, very tiny grain of sand circling a ball of light, we're fucking naive. And we're stupid. Then the intelligence quotient, that IQ that you would take and have and prove that you have, doesn't mean jack shit if you're going to be closed-minded to something like that.
There's another scary thought for you. Let's say that we're not sitting there in the palm of some fucking super alien's hand and we're just a little fucking game or something.
That's true too.
Like the games we play on Xbox and stuff where we're building our own worlds. Like they're not building their own little Sim City here. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a scary thought if you think about it too.
No, it's not really a scary thought. It's proving that
it's like we're a bunch of
something like
in a
that.
fucking maze.
Something like that would prove that sentient life can happen anywhere.
Right.
Even in an artificial intelligence.
Right. That's a scary thought too. All right.
So.
Hey, we lost our cameraman.
So you guys just keep thinking on it. You know?
Yep. Keep an open mind.
Shoot us
send comments, suggestions, emails,
requests, and stuff like that.
We welcome everything.
Have fun with it.
Critics are always welcome.
If you got something that nasty to say it, because
we don't care.
We don't care. We're gonna offend the shit out of it anyway.
We're gonna keep doing what we do anyways.
Yeah, we're having fun doing it. It's not costing us a damn thing, except for
we don't like it.
A little bit of time with friends.
Don't fucking watch.
That's right. If you don't like it, you know how to shut the damn page off.
Go watch something else on YouTube then. All right.
But until next time.
This is a Mark and Joe show. That's Mark, and I'm Joe, and we're out of here.
See you later.
Bye.
That's all, folks.